Roman soldiers report that Helvetians are setting up camp 8 miles away from that of Caesar. Caesar sends his men to investigate, led by his legate, Labienus, along with his 2 legions to report the Helvetians. The next day, Caesar went along with the rest of his men, cavalry in front, along with a patrol led by Publius Considius, which served under Sulla and Crassus. The legions with Labienus arrived at dawn and had taken the hill, and Caesar and his men were still 1.5 miles out at the time. Interviewing the prisoners, they tried to determine if the march there had been detected. A prisoner responded, "No, we did not see you. The sunrise was too pretty. We rarely see things that effeminate the mind like that." However, Labienus was informed by Considius that there were Gauls on the hill. He was able to tell by the helmets the Gauls wore that they were members of Gallic tribes hostile to the Romans. When Caesar arrived, he saw that the Helvetians had already moved their camp. Caesar then proceeded to follow them with his legions and Considius. After another day had passed, Caesar realizes that he was running short on rations, so he changes his course and stops his pursuit of the Helvetians. However, some of the Helvetian slaves captured by Caesar escape and reveal to the Helvetians the Romans' new location. The Helvetians, finding the Romans to be cowardly due to their backing away, decide to pursue them. Caesar withdraws to a nearby hill to regroup. Stepping back and surveying the action, he sends in his cavalry to meet the Helvetians' charge. He then draws up 3 of his most experienced legions and sends them in behind the cavalry. However, the Helvetians have remarkable success against the cavalry, and Caesar, not flustered, sends in more. The Romans already have a great advantage in number over the Helvetians, and Caesar is not timid in sending in more cavalry and soldiers. The Romans throw spears down upon the Helvetians, causing them to drop their now tangled shields, opening up to the onslaught of Roman swords. However, from the right flank of the Romans, a group of other Gallic tribes begin to approach. The Helvetians, almost on the brink of defeat before, but now newly rejuvenated with their Gallic reinforcements, charge and begin to encircle the Romans. The Romans split up into 2 divisions, one advancing towards the Helvetians and the other trying to withstand the attack of the newly arrived troops. The battle that follows this Gallic ambush lasts from midday to late at night. Amidst the fierce bloodshed, the Helvetians and their allies finally retreat to the bases, weary and unable to stand their ground against the onslaught of Romans. These bases were defensive encampments called lagers by the Romans. The Gauls throw spears and heavy objects down at the intruders. Nevertheless, the Roman army prevailed, capturing the camps as well as Orgetorix, the Helvetian chieftain's children. The 130,000 Helvetian survivors fled towards the Lingones, another Gallic tribe, but Caesar forced this tribe not to give them supplies. In due time, Caesar's army pursued them. The Helvetians, exhausted and without supplies, now have no choice but to surrender. An account by Baedicus, a Helvetian soldier, tells us his account of the surrender.
Me was hungry. We have no food and friendies die. Caesar make us give slaves and swords over. It was highly unpleasant experience.
However, there was a group of about 6,000 of the clan of the Verbigeni who plotted to escape from the clutches of the Roman Empire. That night, they tried to run away quietly past the Rhine River, hoping never to be heard from again. Word of their fleeing is brought to Caesar, who had them captured by friendly Gallic tribes. Though the rest of the enslaved and captured Helvetians are allowed to surrender, this group alone is put to death. The Helvetians, with no grain or homes left, are forced to return to their homeland. They are furthermore ordered to make reparations for the land they had burnt, particularly that in the land of the Allobroges. Other tribes who had begun to migrate with the Helvetians and had attacked the Romans were also ordered to return to their barren homelands. Caesar ordered this for fear that hostile Germans would come to settle the fertile unattended land near the province left by the Helvetians and other tribes. It was later determined from documents brought to Caesar that though 368,000 Gauls migrated, only 110,000 returned after the battle with the Romans.